Welcome back to SecretSpool's Twisted Tale Wednesday, where each story isn't just told, it unfolds. Tonight, I'll take you into a hotel that doesn't simply shelter guests, it marks them. This isn't a ghost story, it's a warning. Let's begin. Have you ever walked into a place and felt as though it already knew your name? Not because someone called out to you, not because of a name tag, but because the walls seemed to whisper it, the floors echoed it, the air itself carried it. The sign outside flickered your name without ever lighting the letters. That's exactly what it felt like walking into the Hollow Pines Inn, and I should know, because my name is Cody, and I lasted exactly one night as the night receptionist there. Looking back, lasting even one night feels like a miracle. The inn is buried deep in the woods, outside a place called Maple Glade, a town so small that calling it a town is generous. One road in, one road out, no streetlights. Cell service dies before you can even say hello. From the outside, the Hollow Pines Inn looks like someone's grandmother might run it. Peeling white paint, a wraparound porch with a crooked swing, a little fountain that burbles but never flows. Quaint, quiet, dead, quiet. But inside the place watches you back. I started my shift on a Friday night, 11 to 7. Mr. Granger, the manager, greeted me in the lobby. He had the posture of carved oak and cloudy blue eyes, like a fish left too long on ice. His smile didn't match the rest of his face. "You ever worked nights before, son?" he asked, handing me a ring of heavy iron keys. No electronic fobs, no codes, just iron. "Not really," I said, "but I don't mind the hours." He gave a slow nod, then gestured toward the desk. "Everything you need's there. Coffee in the back, cot if you get tired, and no check-ins after midnight." I forced a laugh. Easy enough. He didn't laugh back, didn't even blink. Then he reached into the drawer behind the desk and pulled out a laminated sheet, yellowing at the corners. 11 rules in bold black font. The last one was double bold, all caps. The rules of the Hollow Pines Inn, night shift. Lock the front doors at exactly 11:01 p.m. Not a minute before, not a minute after. If the lobby phone rings and there's no one in the lobby, do not answer it. If a guest named Mr. Black asks for a room, tell him we are full, even if we are not. Between 2:13 a.m. and 2:27 a.m., you may hear a baby crying from room 204. Do not go up there. No one is in that room. If you see a woman in a green dress staring through the front window, do not make eye contact. Turn off the lobby lights until she leaves. The mirror in the hallway by room 108 will show things that aren't there. Avoid looking at it after 3 a.m. Never go into room 103. It is always vacant. It must stay that way. If the power goes out, don't panic. Stay behind the front desk and keep your eyes on the service bell. If it rings, someone is trying to come through. At exactly 4:44 a.m., you may hear someone whisper your name. Do not respond, even if it sounds like your mother. Do not, under any circumstance, take the elevator between 1:30 a.m. and 2 a.m. If you break a rule, apologize out loud. Say, "I acknowledge my mistake. It won't happen again." Then pray, "It's enough." I stared at that list, thinking it was some kind of twisted hazing ritual. But Mr. Granger wasn't joking. He never cracked a grin, never explained a thing, just handed it to me like it was a sacred text, then left without another word. He didn't even get in a car. He walked out the front door and disappeared into the woods. No flashlight, no coat, like he belonged there. At exactly 11:01, I turned the bolt on the front doors. The click echoed through the empty lobby, sounding final, like the building had inhaled me. That was the last moment things felt normal. What happened next wasn't one big event. It was a slow unraveling, a string of impossible moments stitched together by fear. The first hour passed uneventfully. 2 sleepy guests came down for snacks. I joked about the vending machine eating dollars, sent them back upstairs. The place felt old, empty, sad, but safe. That changed at 12:43 a.m. The lobby phone rang. That old beige landline with the spiral cord buzzed against the desk like it was vibrating from inside. The lobby was empty, completely. Rule number 2 flashed in my mind. Do not answer it. I should have let it ring, but curiosity is a friendly-faced devil. "It's just a phone call," I whispered. "What's the worst that could happen?" And I picked it up. Hollow Pines Inn, front desk. Silence. Not just on the line, everywhere. The air stopped moving. Even the buzzing light overhead went quiet. "Hello," I said again. Then I heard it. Not a voice, not even a whisper. Breathing, wet, ragged breathing, as if someone was gasping through waterlogged lungs. And the worst part? It wasn't coming through the earpiece. It was coming from beneath the desk. I dropped the phone and stumbled back, staring under the desk. Nothing, just shadows and wires and a faint sour smell that hadn't been there before. The line clicked dead. Rule number 11 roared in my skull. I whispered the words fast, my voice shaking. I acknowledge my mistake. It won't happen again. The lobby stayed still. No flicker, no return of the breathing. But something shifted. The air pressed in, thicker, heavier, like the sky before a lightning strike. And deep inside the building, I swear, I heard a door click open. At 1:10 a.m., the front door shuttered. I looked up. A man stood just inches from the glass, gaunt, tall. His coat was black, heavy. His skin looked wrong, pale, almost blue. No eyebrows, no hair, two cold, dark eyes. He mouthed the words, "Room, please." My fingers found the laminated rules. Rule number 3, if a guest named Mr. Black asks for a room, tell him we are full, even if we are not. "Sorry, sir," I said into the mic. "We're full tonight." The man tilted his head, smiled, a crooked sliver of a smile like someone practicing. Then, without turning, he walked backwards into the darkness. I sat frozen until a sound yanked me back. Ding, the elevator. It opened on its own. I looked at the clock, 1:29 a.m. Rule number 10, do not take the elevator between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. I didn't move. At 1:34, she stepped out. A woman, long black hair like seaweed, skin pale as parchment, a thin hospital gown dress, her eyes too wide, stretched open. She didn't look at me. She simply walked across the lobby, silent, barefoot, and vanished into the hallway. I didn't blink because something in my bones said if I did, she'd stop and turn and look. At 2:13 a.m., the next horror arrived through the walls. A baby crying, high-pitched, muffled. Room 204 was empty. Rule number 4, do not go up there. Still, part of me wanted to help, save something, but I didn't move because this wasn't a child. This was bait. By 2:20, the crying morphed into a shriek, not human at all. My ears rang, my eyes stung, but I stayed still. At exactly 2:27, silence, not comfort, not peace, watching, waiting. I barely had time to exhale before the lights died. No flicker, just a hard snap into total darkness, the kind that feels alive. Rule number 8, if the power goes out, don't panic. Stay behind the desk. Watch the service bell. So I stayed. Not a muscle moved. I stared at where the bell sat, even though I couldn't see it. Ding, sharp, piercing, and then something brushed my legs. Not a hand, not fur, just a presence like air too thick, too intentional, circling my knees. I gripped the desk so tight my knuckles cracked. I whispered anyway. I acknowledge my mistake. It won't happen again. Because here, hesitation might as well be guilt. At 3:02 a.m., the lights snapped back on, just like that, but nothing felt the same. At 3:05, my bladder reminded me of reality. I had to use the bathroom. My body didn't care about ghosts. I took the back hallway, trying to convince myself I was still alive, still me, still human. But deep down, I knew. The Hollow Pines Inn had already marked me, and it wasn't finished yet. If you ever find yourself at a place like the Hollow Pines Inn, remember, rules aren't suggestions, they're survival. Tonight's story isn't just fiction, it's a lesson. Stay alert, and if you're still listening, you've already checked in.